In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 22, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Texas Rangers versus Oakland Athletics. The Texas Rangers play the first of 3 games on the road Friday against American League West rival the Oakland Athletics. Texas defeated the Marlins 8-0 on Thursday before heading to Oakland. Texas was defeated by the Seattle Mariners 6-2 last Sunday prior to the MLB All-Star Game break. The Rangers were swept in their 4-game series by Seattle, and Texas has lost 5 of the last 6. The Rangers are 42-49, which is 3rd in the American League West, trailing the front-running Houston Astros by 18 games. Oakland split a doubleheader on Thursday at home against Detroit prior to hosting Texas on Friday. Oakland defeated the Houston Astros 4-3 last Sunday. The Athletics have now won 3 out of their last 4 games. However, Oakland remains in last place in the American League West at 33-62. Which is 29 games behind the front-running Astros. Texas is 52-108 in their last 160 road games and 9-4 in their last 13 games against a left-handed starter, while the over is 5-0 in their last 5 series opening games. Oakland is 19-39 in their last 58 division games and 15-38 in their last 53 games overall, while the under is 4-0 in their last 4 games against a right-handed starter. Oakland has struggled both at the plate and on the mound throughout the first half of the season. The Athletics are 24th in team ER and last in team batting average. The Athletics have the worst on-base percentage and worst slugging percentage in all of baseball. Texas has scored the 14th most runs, while in comparison Oakland is next to last in scoring with an average of only 3.29 runs per game. The Rangers had a rough end to the first half of the season, but all things considered, it's been a pretty solid year for them. They're just 8 games below .500, and despite likely being out of the playoff picture, it's been a promising season for this young roster. Oakland, on the other hand, has been a dumpster fire all season long, and with the lowest fan attendance in baseball, have really struggled on their home field. I get why you could look at a home underdog in some spots, but for Oakland, it doesn't make sense, as the Athletics simply do not look like they want to be in Oakland. The Athletics have just been a mess for much of the season, and while the Rangers are no prize, they have some solid pieces and are surely going to try to make one last push to get back into the playoff race for the stretch run in September. I believe that this is another one of those situations where you blindly fade the Athletics and watch it pay off. So the Texas Rangers money line is our full game side pick. Texas has scored the 14th most runs, but Oakland is next to last, averaging 3.29 runs per game. The Athletics don't put many runners on base with the worst on-base percentage, and Oakland has the worst slugging percentage as well. The total has finished under in each of Oakland's last 6 games played at home and in 8 of the last 10 games that the Athletics have played against the team from the American League. Oakland is having a miserable season at the plate, posting an MLB worst 75 WRC+ with not much hope of improving given its roster. Howard might struggle, but Texas has a good bullpen behind him, as it has found a lot of success converting former starters like Brock Berg and Matt Moore to a relief role. Texas scoring numbers have been helped by the long ball, with the Rangers hitting 117 homers to rank 9th. Yet that will be much more difficult this weekend in the unfriendly dimensions of Ring Central Coliseum. With Irvin on the hill backed by Oakland's bad offense, expect a low-scoring game here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Astros versus Seattle Mariners. The Houston Astros are coming off a doubleheader to begin the second half against the New York Yankees and are one of the best teams in the sport. Right-hander Jose Urquidy picked up a loss last time out against the Oakland Athletics, as he went 6.1 innings and allowed 3 runs on 6 hits with no walks and 9 strikeouts. The Seattle Mariners entered the All-Star break on an incredible 14-game winning streak to swoop back into the American League West race. Southpaw Marco Gonzalez will get the ball and did not factor into the the decision against the Texas Rangers, where he allowed 5 runs on 11 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. The Astros are 6-2 in their last 8 road games and 52-21 in their last 73 games on grass. The Mariners are 6-0 in their last 6 home games and 22-4 in their last 26 overall. The under is 5-0 in Astros' last 5 overall. The under is 19-7 in Mariners' last 26 home games. The Astros are 2-6 in the last 8 meetings in Seattle and 42-18 in the last 60 meetings. There seems to be a big difference in these starting pitchers, as Jose Urquidy is 5-2 with a 5.2 home ERA in 10 starts, while Marco Gonzalez is 3-4 with a 3.21 ERA in 9 home starts thus far. Seattle's offense has been doing better lately, as they are averaging 5.2 runs per game in their previous 10 games, while Houston is scoring 3.9 runs per game in their last 11 games thus far. The Astros are going to be exhausted as they are coming off a doubleheader against the New York Yankees, and closer Ryan Presley is currently on the paternity list right now. Gonzalez hasn't always gotten a ton of run support this season, but the Mariners' bats will find success against Urquidy, who currently sits with an ERA of 4.09. The Mariners have won 14 games in a row, and I believe that continues here as they will stay hot. So the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. These teams are going to be coming off a break, so the pitching is expected to be ahead of the hitting. Both pitchers have been shutting down the opposing lineups in their previous 7 starts, as Gonzalez is pitching to a 3.38 ERA in that span, while Urquidy has a 3.3 ERA in that stretch. These bullpens have also been killing it this season, as Houston leads all of baseball with a 2.66 reliever ERA, while Seattle is 8th in the sport with a 3.45 bullpen ERA so far this season. The Astros have only averaged 2.91 runs in the 12 meetings this season. It's going to be difficult to score against Gonzalez, who has allowed 2 or fewer runs in 6 out of his last 7 outings. In addition, while I expect enough runs against Urquidy to earn the win, he features a 3.1 ERA in his 3 starts this month. The Astros do not give up many runs. They have conceded a total of 16 runs in their last 5 games, and the under is 5-1 in the Astros' last 6 games. These foes have played in several low-scoring games this year. They are pitching well and should continue to do so here today. I expect a pitcher's duel. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The San Francisco Giants will continue a road trip on Friday with Game 2 of 4 against the Los Angeles Dodgers in Los Angeles. San Francisco comes into Thursday 5 games above .500, riding a 3-game win streak following a 9-5 win over the Milwaukee Brewers before the All-Star break. Logan Webb got the win for the Giants after giving up 2 runs on 4 hits across 6 innings of work. The Giants' bullpen faltered a bit, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits, but held on to secure the win. The Giants are 4-1 in their last 5 games following a loss and are 4-1 in their last 5 versus National League West. The Giants are also 5-2 in their last 7 overall and are 10-4 in their last 14 during Game 2 of a series. Although the Dodgers are 56-26 in their last 82 after scoring 5 runs or more in their previous game, the Giants are 0-4 in the last 4 meetings in Los Angeles. After falling behind 5-0 in last night's game due to a surprisingly poor start from Carlos Rodon, the Giants fought back to take a 6-5 lead before ultimately losing 9-6. Rodon had a tough outing against this dangerous Dodgers lineup, but the good news for the Giants is that they turn to another reliable starter tonight in Logan Webb that can help get them back on track. Webb has an impressive 9-3 record and 2.83 ERA on the season, and he thrives on generating weak contact from opposing lineups. He'll have his hands full trying to slow down the Dodgers, but the possible loss of Justin Turner last night might be one less weapon that Webb will have to worry about in this game. On the other side, Tyler Anderson will get the nod for the Dodgers. He has had a fantastic season up to this point with a 10-1 record and 2.96 ERA. He ranks in the top 10% of pitchers in average exit velocity and hard hit percentage, so he also thrives at creating weak contact from hitters. Despite how solid Anderson has been this season, it's tough to see him sustaining this type of success given his career 4.39 ERA. Which is a better indication of his abilities. The Dodgers' bullpen, particularly their middle relief, is also an issue which revealed itself last night where they blew a 5-run lead. With a fairly even pitching matchup on the mound, it's hard not to like the Giants in the underdog spot after a tough, competitive loss last night. Therefore, take the visitors to squeak out a win. So the San Francisco Giants money line is our full game side pick. Logan Webb takes the mound for the Giants and he has a 9-3 record and 2.83 ERA on the season. putting together yet another solid campaign for San Francisco this year. Although the bullpen behind him isn't as strong as last season, they still have a few reliable arms out there that can come in and close the door behind him. The Dodgers are in a very similar spot as they send out Tyler Anderson, who posts an even better 10-1 record and 2.96 ERA. The Dodgers back him up with a top 10 bullpen, so they should have a well-rested group behind him capable of keeping the Giants off the scoreboard late in this game. Low-scoring games have been the norm between these clubs over the last 10. 4 or fewer runs have been scored in 6 of the last 10 games, including the last 2. The Giants have posted a 3.22 ERA in July, the 7th best overall, while the Dodgers are at 2.87 in July, 5th best. That has helped Los Angeles to a combined 13-2 mark in their 15th of July contests. More importantly, it tells you that this is going to most likely be a low-scoring affair. Regardless of who starts for the Dodgers, look for these pitching staffs to take over. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.